Today I'm going to show you how to make Bombay aloo that's bold, layered and impossible to forget, with potatoes that absorb flavour, not just wear it. Bombay aloo is a dish that we didn't actually grow up eating, but it's now one of our family favourites. So today I'm going to show you my take on Bombay aloo. We start with oil in your pan. You can use any kind you like. I'm using olive oil. Then into that we're going to add some finely diced onions and 4 bay leaves for extra flavour. Mix that in. Then we're going to leave these on a low heat with the lid on to brown gently. If you are organised enough, you can actually have this ready in about 15 minutes. It's super quick to make, and my method is slightly different. I like to deep fry my potatoes, so while my onions are browning, usually I have my potatoes cooking at the same time. I've pre-cooked them today, but all I've done is diced up 8 medium potatoes and deep fried them. I like the flavour that they bring to this particular dish, and it makes it slightly different to my other potato dishes. If you don't want to deep fry the potatoes, you can cook them in the air fryer, you can roast them in the oven. However you want to do that, that's absolutely fine. What I would say is, because the masala that I'm using are slightly different today, I'm using amchoor in my masala. Do not add your potatoes in raw. They won't cook in the amchoor. If you do want to add your potatoes raw into the masala, don't add any amchoor until the end of the cooking process. That means that your potatoes will cook nicely and quickly instead of taking hours. Then once your onions are nice and golden, we can start adding the rest of the ingredients. Ginger and garlic paste. Stir this in. You need to cook this out until you can't smell the raw ginger and garlic anymore. Now we're stirring in tomato passata. You can use fresh if you'd like. I like the flavour of passata and also the richness that it brings in colour and flavour. Stir this in. I don't usually add so much tomato into my curries, but in this particular one it works really well. And now we're ready for your spices. Mix these in. We are going to cook these really well until you see the oil separate. When you get to that point, you know that the masala is ready. Just make sure you keep this masala moving so that it doesn't burn, and keep your heat medium. Then once it starts to look a little bit like this, and you can see the oil making its way out of the masala, you're ready to add your chillies. I'm using 4 chopped green chillies. You can use as many as you like. I add them into the masala at this point because if you add them in any earlier, they tend to release all of their potency and make you sneeze and cough. Once you've mixed those in, you're ready to add your potatoes. Pop them straight in. Give them a gentle mix, you don't want them to break up. And then we're also going to add in some water. This will help to deglaze the pan. And it will also create a lovely masala. Once that's simmering away nicely, you can turn down the heat and pop the lid back on. We're going to leave this for about 5 minutes. After 5 minutes or so, the masala has had time to work its magic, and you are ready to stir in coriander. I like coriander, so I've got quite a lot here. If you don't want to use as much as me, you don't have to. Just be careful when you're stirring at this stage because the potatoes do soften a little bit in the water and the masala. And then it should be looking a little bit like this. Turn the heat off and you're done. You get the perfect amount of sweetness from your onions and just enough tang from the tomatoes. There's no need to add in lemon juice or tamarind, and there's definitely no need for any sugar. Make it once properly and you will not go back to bland potatoes again. Go on, what are you waiting for? Make me proud.